watching a reactor spin fire. The NFT and allies are diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From Memecoins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain.
Good morning, Mega GMs. Hey, temperature check. How are we doing out there? How are we feeling? I don't know. It's like we can't catch a break. And hey, you know what? Vibe's still good. Vibe's still okay. Here we are, February 27th, a day to go in the month. And yeah, we'll see how we finish. But so far, we looked at ETH yesterday. And of course, you've seen Bitcoin, but not so great there. I'm going to move right into this shit. Anthony's giving me crap for taking too long to start. We'll call Anthony my producer. Fuck you, Anthony. No, I'm playing. He's awesome. He might be right. You're probably right, buddy. Anyway, let's get to it. Yo, smash the like on the show. And hey, if you're liking the show, if you're digging it, if you're finding it helpful, drop some comments. Again, hit the like, share the show, all that stuff. It goes a long way to getting this show out there. Really, really does help. So drop some comments on the videos here too, wherever you're watching. If you're watching on Abstract, if you're watching on X, or over on YouTube, and subscribe over on YouTube. So, especially so you can catch the replays here if you do miss those shows. Catch it over there, dropping a link to the Abstract stream all over here. Smokey, good morning. I know Dead's over on the Abstract side. Great to see you guys this morning. Make sure you follow CryptoSlam.io over on X. Keep up with all the updates in the CryptoSlam ecosystem. But in the Slam AI ecosystem, that's where you really got to be paying attention to right now. A lot of stuff coming. An announcement already dropped yesterday. I'll show that in a moment. But make sure you're following SlamAI_XYZ. And then our flagship AI agent, it's the Swarm. You can follow at the Swarm_AI. Again, big announcement yesterday from Slam AI, announcing a partnership with Canaan Ventures. This is, look, think of it as alpha insights, portfolio management, maybe some autonomous trading too. But as we've talked about, these agents need a buff with their knowledge, their data, their info. And you're seeing that all over the AI ecosystem right now. You're seeing it. Data platforms are starting to really cook here. People are really paying attention to that stuff, whether it's modular data, tokenized data, whatever, that is what we're heading to right now. So these agents need powerful data, and there's no better data out there for crypto than here at CryptoSlam. So excited about this partnership here with Canaan Ventures. Take a look at that. Check out the press release. You can find that over on the Slam AI website, slamai.xyz. A lot more coming on that front, but also more partnerships to announce. There's a lot of stuff cooking here, guys. And tomorrow we'll be on a Spaces with the Canaan Ventures guys. So tune into that as well. It's going to be at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 a.m. Central Time here, Chicagoland. Join us there to be a great chat talking about what they're doing, how they're going to use this data, what they see coming in this agentic future, man. It's exciting stuff here. It's exciting stuff coming. So looking forward to that chat. Thank you for the Pangu, sir. Appreciate that. All right, let's get to it. Look, yesterday we had one thing circled, one thing we were waiting for, and we basically said this is a make or break moment for the market. Talking about NVIDIA's earnings. Reported after the bell yesterday, and look, earnings were actually really, really solid. They beat their estimated earnings, not by a lot here, but they beat it. Estimated at, what was this, 84 cents? Got 89 cents. And then revenue up as well. Now, beat the estimates, but didn't smash the estimates. Didn't, you know what? In a way, you might just say it was priced in. It's not enough to move the needle, and so like you saw in the crypto market, it was fine. In fact, we might have been down for a period of time last night even too. Crypto looking kind of rough right now. So it wasn't enough to save this market again, even though they beat those estimates. Look, the big win there is it didn't destroy us. If they missed, we would be in big trouble right now. So we avoided a crisis here, like a mini crisis. So we'll take it. We'll take that. We'll call that a win here. for now. For now. But yeah, we looked at ETH yesterday and its performance in the month of February. We are on track for the worst performing month for Ethereum ever. Again, specifically for February, Bitcoin is on the pace for basically the same thing. We can zoom in on this chart if we need, but here you see right now, down roughly 30%. This would be the worst February for Bitcoin ever. And it's one of the worst months we've seen for Bitcoin. It just is. It's that bad. I think mostly meaningless, to be honest. I do, because I think up and to the right is the only direction we'll be heading. If you zoom out, right? So no worries on my part. Hey, we've got a day, 24 hour. We got 36 hours to make this up. Maybe we do. You never know when we can kind of get a little cook happening here. Fingers crossed at the very least. Now I'm digging this. The greed fear index. Hang on, I got to read that name. Mesh. Thank you, man. Appreciate the pangu. The crypto fear and greed index. It's something I want to use a lot more because it's a great way to measure the space, and it's very, very good. It does measure sentiment very well. Right now, deep into the fear territory, at 20. Deep into fear. And tell you what, boys, it got much lower than that. We got down to 10. And think of that. We're at fear at 10 with Bitcoin hanging around 83, 84, 85. Definitely has me thinking this is close to the bottom. And I want to be very clear here. Bitcoin can fall much further. We can and probably will see Bitcoin in the 70s, and we could see it there for a period of time. Days, it could be weeks. No reason to think it can't be months. That said, personal opinion, I don't think so. I think we find all kinds of support at Bitcoin in the 70s. And here, even in the 80s, I don't think we live here long. I don't. It's a different time. It's a different time with people thinking Bitcoin is as special as we've known it is for years and years. There's others who are now seeing that and believe in it. I think you're going to see a lot of support coming into Bitcoin here very, very soon. I really do believe that. That said, the biggest thing impacting the markets right now is tariffs, tariffs wrecked us weeks back. It was this public threat of tariffs against Mexico and Canada and China as well, and those were all basically walked back, but just a day or two ago, it became a little more formal. The tariffs against Mexico, Canada are happening, and now an additional tariff that's going to be imposed on China, an additional 10%. And Trump also saying tariffs on the EU might be on cars. But either way, the tariff thing is not just a threat anymore. I think it's quickly going to become reality here. Thank you, guys, for the pangu. Really appreciate you guys. Quickly going to become a reality. And if you got to pick one single factor, the biggest factor impacting the market right now, it's that. Tariffs equal prices going up. It just does. And hopefully it's a short-term thing. And I hope people expected this to a degree. We, at the very least, had Elon Musk talking, I think even before they won the election, that if Trump wins, at the start, it's going to be difficult. And we're seeing it play out like that. And I makes sense to me. But my eye is on the prize. My eye is down the road. If it's a year down the road, a couple years down the road, whatever. But I'm looking at that point when the United States is the crypto capital of the world and the AI capital of the world. And you just imagine the building that's happening here and what the economy looks like when that's happening. And that's what I'm looking forward to. That's my North Star. That's what I think is coming here, guys. So this is just a short-term setback. It's a hurdle for sure, but not concerned. And there's plenty of other people, like I said, who are looking to get into Bitcoin and continue supporting. Metaplanet has bought already billions worth of Bitcoin and now raising more funds to buy $2 billion more. $2 billion more. It's the incredible support. USD value, I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to be honest. But let's safely say it's in the billions still. Like I said, that support is coming. It's a different time now. It just is. Looking at the crypto market here, you see Bitcoin at 86K, down 1.3% in the past 24 hours. ETH 2,300. What's Solana doing? 140. I can't wait to see Pi on this list, guys. Pi is shocking everybody. Pi is probably the 11th or 12th largest crypto by market cap. It's absolutely shocking. I wouldn't have guessed it, guys. I wouldn't have guessed it. But here we are. There's it's a different kind of audience that appeals to. It's like the Ripple kind of audience. And I also think Pi has a big community in Asia. It's different. And I don't think we can dismiss that stuff anymore. We have such a small echo chamber here in crypto. The stuff we might call quality. Look, they don't hear about it. We do. We pump it. We whatever. We're excited about it. Some of it's great. But we're outnumbered, I would bet you 10-1 by people that are not in this echo chamber who have their own coins that they like. Again, that's Ripple. That's now Pi. It's fun stuff out there. I'll say that. Metaplanet, not the only one buying, by the way. They're not. World Liberty Finance also continuing to buy, guys. Stacking ETH specifically here, which maybe I'll follow their lead. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they got a little closeness to President Trump. Maybe that gives you a little conviction to at least not be so down when the market is down here. But World Liberty Finance has been buying ETH, 1,500 ETH in the past week here. It's a big number. It's a big number. Money where their mouth is. Believers in crypto, believers in ETH, showing it right there with those purchases. Player, good morning, man. Looking at the ETFs, this is how I like to gauge the TradFi type investors here. Bitcoin to start. Not a great day yet again. Wow. 754 mil in outflows here yesterday. Now, the prior 2 days was the worst 2-day stretch for the ETFs ever. And if you apply the same thing today, so we'll take today, yesterday and the prior day, it beat even the previous period. So the worst 2-day stretch we've seen ever in the life of the ETFs. And I bet you if we add up the 3 days, it's now also the worst 3-day stretch. So brutal over on the ETF side here. That also extends over to Ethereum, where we had 94 million in outflows there. People a little shook. Smokey, I think if a chain can't support the traffic needed to bring it up, I don't see how it grows without significant technical upgrades. Yeah, any chain specifically there? Just curious. By the way, Murray, good morning. Mr. Thompson, good morning. Coldware, I'm not familiar. Volatility GMs, Christian, good morning, brother. Great seeing you guys. Roth Digital, good morning, bro. Great to see you. But we have some new developments with ETFs, Solana specifically. First Solana ETF registered on the DTCC. I'm trying to remember what that stands for, guys. Boy, I even practiced it earlier. One of those things I should know. Whatever. I don't. I should. I don't. But look, man, the battle rages on. Roth, thank you, man. Appreciate the pengu. The battle rages on. Okay, look, the SEC has got this complete overhaul. I might almost call them friends at this point. But the Democrats who had been the ones with their foot on our neck here in crypto, I don't think they're stopping. I don't think it's a bipartisan thing that's happening here. For whatever reason, I don't know who it is they're trying to make happy, but it's not us. It's not the people. House Democrats, they're about to introduce the Meme Act, a bill that would ban public officials from issuing or endorsing meme coins like Trump. I need your thoughts here, guys. Because I tell you what, I don't think this is actually totally wrong. I'm not sure. It's brand new. I need some time to chew on it. I need to think through this a little bit. I would argue that insider trading with stocks isn't okay. It's not kosher, and it happens, and they're not saying a damn thing about that. But Trump launching a meme coin. Okay, I think I've already made up my mind. It's a collectible. It is a collectible. It's not a currency. You can use it. You could use a collectible as a currency, though. You could. I can go trade my action figures for something else tangible or some services. Why not? It's just silly, but why not? I'm completely against this already now. Completely against it. Right at first, it could make sense, but no. The meme coins are collectibles. Happens to be a huge supply of them, but they're collectibles. So no, this is just sour grapes. This is just the Democrats just trying to be difficult. That's it. Man, not a fan of these guys. Mesh. Agree. Don't think it's a bad thing, but the devil's in the details. Yeah, well, they sneak other things in the back door. Yeah, I agree. Like again, part of it sounds like kind of common sense, but we really got to figure out what meme coins are. We got to classify them as something, and I don't think it's money. I don't think it's a currency. I think we have to define them as collectibles, unless you're fundraising with them. That's different. I do think that's different. But otherwise, you put out just a digital asset, which is what meme coins are. It's a digital asset, happens to create a bunch of them. I have to say they're collectibles. So I think I got no problem with these guys endorsing them and launching their own. Mr. Thompson, I don't think I can look at it here live, but I'd be happy to peek at it, kind of on my own time here. Drop me a link, dude. I'd like to peek. I mean, they're just these digital artifacts, and if people think they're valuable, so be it. Thank you for the Pangu. Appreciate that. Anyway, they're still fighting us. I think that's the takeaway. They're still fighting us. They're not our friend. Now, the flip side is, here we go, Senator Cynthia Loomis. Yesterday, they had their first, it's like this digital asset subcommittee. First meeting yesterday. A lot of talk about stable coins here. They actually did talk about meme coins. They will start ramping up the conversation of Bitcoin. This is basically a public forum with all these officials. It's really to help educate people, and that's the public, but also our lawmakers. So that happened yesterday. We can play a quick clip here.
Member, I'm looking forward to working with you and the other members of the subcommittee. This has been a long time coming, so I'm delighted to get started.
This is so good.
I'll make an opening statement.
We're not going to listen to much here.
To register. Dell, did I get that right?
Actually, we're not going to listen to any. Just it's out there. You can go back and watch actually the whole thing. I think it's almost 2 hours long. And we'll see a lot of these. We'll see, we'll hear from industry, the builders out here. We'll hear from DeYank. Thank you, man. We'll hear from builders and legislators. And there were lawyers here, too, which was awesome. And given their perspective on what it was like to have clients come to them who are like, hey, I'm building here in crypto. What can I do so I don't face any risk? And their answer to them was I don't know. The answer is I don't know, which is completely unfair, and it screams problem. The fact that there is a sector that is full of innovation, the cutting edge of tech right now, and that lawyers don't have the answer to it. The perfect analogy was dropped at this yesterday. Perfect. If I heard it before, I forgot about it, but it's this. It's imagine driving down a highway. There's no speed limit sign anywhere, and you get pulled over and told, hey, just so you know, the speed limit here was 30. You were doing 40. And that's what's happening or had been happening in crypto. Nobody knows the rules, so you do what you think is best, as safe as you can, and then get told that was illegal because some arbitrary reason. That is what was happening here, and no longer is that happening. But in yesterday's hearing, Senate Banking Committee's Digital Asset Subcommittee, there we go, that's the official name of it. But they talked about crypto for faster, cheaper payments. Will lead to this dollar dominance, which is, I mean, if that doesn't motivate these guys to push this stuff in the right direction, I don't know what would. Innovation and growth. The power of the blockchain, a tool. The thing that probably helped us have that aha moment when we realized that the blockchain is a public ledger, right? How many things just clicked at that moment? You're like, oh my goodness. So picture like a big spreadsheet that's public, that's immutable. Like, oh my God, yeah, I could see how that'd be really useful. Talking about putting everything on chain. It's I mean, I'm sorry, really exciting stuff here. US competitiveness here. This competitive marketplace that crypto brings, especially if we build it here. I mean, this is going to put so much out there in the public. Again, the primary thing here is educating people, getting the conversations going. Here's a little conversation about stablecoins.
Today, we can email, text, or call each other instantly and for low cost, no matter what brand of phone or computer we're using. Payments can and should work the same way. Stablecoins can help make this a reality. Among other uses, they enable the 24/7 transfer of dollar value to anyone online. They are uniquely suited for online commerce when they are properly regulated.
We got friends out there, man.
My comments today will
We got friends out there. They get it. These people get it. Of course, they get it. They're going to make a lot of money from this too. Who is they? It's everybody. You build in this space, you're probably going to be making some money if you're a builder. Traders, yeah, little side effect of all this building is money does trickle down here. It's great stuff. Anyway, great stuff. And then great news out of the SEC yet again. We got Coinbase, we got Uniswap, we got OpenSea, we got Robinhood no longer being litigated against by the SEC. Now we have Gemini. Add them to the list. SEC dropped its investigation into Gemini. Incredible. It's been like 2 years. 2 years of being under investigation. Again, I know, because I know with the Kongs how that literally puts your building at a standstill. You can't do anything when you're being investigated. You can't do anything. And man, now we open the doors for innovation again, and it is so damn exciting, guys. So great news here. Expecting that news for CyberKongs, by the way, like maybe even this week. I think I think it's pretty clear that's coming their way too, and I'm so excited for them. And then Ripple. Ripple's going to be next, officially going to announce that investigation, that litigation also will be at an end. Incredible. All these major cases gone. And make no mistake, they're going after fraud still. And we got a big case of that recently. It's the Libra scandal. I said yesterday, that is not over. That goes much deeper than I think people realize. And I still think it's going to have an impact, probably to that Solana ecosystem, but I still think some of those big KOLs knew way too much and acted way too much on that information. And I do think at the platform level, we're going to have some stuff exposed. Not great. But yesterday, the FBI released a public service announcement saying North Korea is responsible for that Bybit hack. 1.4 bill, 1.5 bill, whatever it is, it's still the biggest hack here in crypto history. Massive. So the FBI is calling for these private sector entities like RPC node operators and exchanges, DeFi services, block transactions with addresses that are connected to this hack, freeze those assets, blacklist them, right? And I hope there's a good PvE, environment right now where that actually does happen. I hope so. And we also got details about that hack, right? The question was, how did it happen? We initially thought that all 3 or 4 of the multi-sig signers, guys who have to approve transactions, well, initially we thought all their computers got compromised, right? Because there was malware involved here. So we thought all the signers' computers, devices were compromised. That's not actually what ended up happening here. That's not what happened. So Bybit put out their report. Forensic investigation of the 3 signers' hosts suggests the root cause of the attack is malicious code originating from Safe Wallet's infrastructure. That's not Bybit's side, guys. That's a provider they're using. Safe Wallet, I think, is the company behind the Gnosis Safe, which is a multi-sig wallet. I've used it before. There's a time, and I guess it still exists, but we have an idiot's DAO. And so we have a multi-sig wallet. I'm a signer. We've got a couple other signers on it, and we keep assets there. And so we might actually be using their product, and that product is where the compromise happened. So there was nothing compromised in Bybit's infrastructure. It's nothing there. And they give a little more details of what happened, more specifically what happened. So again, somebody at Safe Wallet, a dev there, had his computer compromised. And that compromise involved just one wallet. That we know of. Look, they're saying pretty definitively nobody else is impacted. I don't know. I legit don't know, but also wouldn't be shocked if there's more. But this supposedly was intended to target Bybit and only Bybit. And this happened earlier this year. Malicious code was implemented February 19th. So it was very recent, targeting just Bybit's wallet. And that at their next transaction, this hack, this malicious code would go into effect here, right? Or, the attack would happen. I don't think they knew what the transaction would be, right? They didn't know if it'd be 1 ETH or what it ended up being, which was, was it thousands of ETH? $1.4 billion. But that's what happened. The problem was with Safe Wallet. Again, this was Lazarus. This is the North Korean government-sponsored hacker group. So Hack the Gnosis Safe UI. Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Now, Safe Wallet putting out their own update here. Their forensic findings confirm the attack. Safe smart contracts unaffected. Attack was conducted by compromising a safe dev machine, and that machine had access to maybe service the Bybit wallet. And again, they're saying in their review nothing else compromised. No vulnerabilities in the safe smart contracts either. There's nowhere else. It was a very direct, specific kind of attack here. I don't think this is everything, though, and you had even CZ tweeting out there that this actually just brings up more questions than it does, give us answers. So I do think we're going to learn more. I think there's more to find out. I still, like I'm saying with Libra, I'm just not going to be surprised if there's more here, if this unwinds even more. And I wonder if people are going to move away from using this product, because that is, the biggest hack in crypto history. It's a big deal. Got to imagine Bybit's going to be suing Safe, by the way, too. Got to imagine that. It's a big loss. And they had to spend money to make up for it. They had to buy ETH. They took out loans. Expect a major lawsuit here against Safe. Beanie's full of great points. I don't know, love the dude, hate the dude. I fucking love him. Think he's got great takes. Think he's one of the most helpful guys out there, but saying wild that Bybit trusted Safe with that kind of money. If you're routinely transferring billions of dollars, wouldn't you have an internal solution? Right? Maybe. If you have they've got the infinite money glitch. Why wouldn't you hire somebody to build that product, that solution in-house? And then you really, really trust it instead of rely on somebody else to facilitate your multi-billion dollar transactions. I don't know. I could see either side of that, honestly. Everybody uses services to move lots of money. There's a lot of trust that happens here. I don't know. Oh, dude, I had this out of order. Darn. Okay, but back to Libra. Department of Justice opens an investigation into President Javier Milei's promotion of Libra here and the involvement of its founders. So that's Kelsier Ventures. That's Hayden Davis, right? The Power Ranger. Kip Protocol. DOJ is looking into them. This is what we need. This is great. This is what we want to see from our government. It's not attacking the builders. It's go after the bad actors. And man, how much further would we be right now if that's what we were doing? Oh, dude, I know who that is. I see Pangu come in. There's a very specific number. I see it. I know it. I know who it is. Prince, great to see you, man, and thank you. Appreciate you, man. Heidi's, good morning. Dude, thank you. Appreciate you, Heidi's. You guys rock. You guys are fucking great. But that's what we needed, man, and we've needed that for so long. Just have. By the way, if you guys aren't on Abstract yet, I'm going to drop a link again. Guys, NFTs on Abstract are starting to move. They're starting to move. We're going to get to that shortly, but NFTs on Abstract, guys, we've seen mints go for under 0.1 all the way up to like 0.6 up to maybe even 1 ETH. Like, we're seeing stuff cook. Free mint yesterday, free mint that goes up to what, 0.15-ish? Like, Abstract is getting ready for prime time. It really is. And we actually got some comments from Luca about an ABS token. Guys, look, nothing I'm saying now is different from what I was saying weeks ago. Abstract is going to be one of the top blockchains out there, period. Period. The ABS token's going to cook. Pangu's going to cook. My biggest conviction plays, you know it. It's in Bitcoin and it's in Abstract. That's it. That's where I got the most conviction. That's where I believe in the builders and the products. Pure collectibles on Bitcoin and just incredible user-friendly tech just some of the best builders in this space over on Abstract. Really bullish on that space. Tell you what, Lord, dude, thank you, man. Wow. Appreciate you, man. And Anon, you as well. Thank you. I am terrible with keeping up with the NFT mints on Abstract. It's like a glaring weakness in my game. I was chatting on a space this morning. Somebody was asking if I was in a hyperliquid mint. I'm like, dude, it's been so busy behind the scenes at Crypto Slam. I'm unplugged from all of it, and I shouldn't be. If I'm doing this and talking to you guys, and I do this because I want to help keep people informed, as little of your time as possible, but keep you updated on, everything. And I'm doing you guys a disservice if I don't know the mints coming up. And if I'm not getting whitelist for you guys, right? I got to step that part of the game up, and it's an immediate need. Got you the Kindred AI whitelist. Need that. I need that, and I need that every week. And I got to stay on top of mints for you guys. I got to. And I will. Dead saying Bitcoin, ape chain, Abstract. I agree. I put Abstract above ApeChain. I don't think yours was in any particular order, but I agree. I actually think ApeChain is going to do better than people realize, but I think Abstract blows all of them away, and Bitcoin's different. They're just not the same. But Abstract is special, and it's more special than most people are going to give it credit for right now, because if Luca's game plan here is an iceberg, it's only the tip that's sticking out, and that's all we've seen so far. It's a juggernaut. Abstract is a juggernaut in the waiting here. I know it. And I can't wait for it, man. Thank you guys for the Pangu. Bang, good morning, bro. Jeez. Mog. Is that always the Mog token? Is that what you're saying? Mog's going to cook, dude. Meme coins are not dead, and the best meme coins are going to come back, and Mog, if that's what we're shilling, man, Mog's fucking phenomenal. Mog is going to cook. It is. We'll move on from this topic, but this is wild. Kip's under investigation by the DOJ now. They are. We just saw it. And now they're still launching more tokens. Yikes. Agents, actually, by the way, too. Yikes. We also saw a little malicious attack on Pump Fun yesterday. This was shocking to me. This is shocking. The Pump Fun official account on X got compromised, tweeted out a shitcoin, I think even multiple. Absolutely wild. And Zach XBT traced this back to the team that hacked the Jupiter account. Remember, this was very recent. Hacked the Jupiter account. And the WIF account, too. There's social engineering going on here. Somebody is reaching out to employees on at X, right? And they're getting like maybe passwords reset, whatever. But this is social engineering at its finest. And that's how these accounts are getting compromised. Pump Fund security practices are top tier. So for this to happen, it required something different. Like, they weren't careless. This was next level social engineering. Not great. But Pump Fund struggling, man. Talked about this briefly yesterday, but past 2 weeks, volume down over 50%. Yes, they're making $1 million a day in fees, but it's different. People are not willing to throw their money away on these shitters. There's NFT volume. And Pump Fund is looking exactly like that. And it's obvious. We all knew this was coming. We're all plugged in. We knew that's exactly what's coming. It's very, very obvious. Only 68 tokens graduated yesterday. 215 the day before, so man, less than half of that. Like a third of that. Am I mathing right? Quarter? Whatever. Some number lower. Way lower. 68 tokens graduated. I'm sorry, I think it's great. It's a great reset going on right now. And there's a flight to quality. Hey, it's why you see IP and Cato cooking, and actually Barachain starting to come up, but it's why you're seeing that. In fact, let's look at trending tokens, and I bet you're going to see exactly that. Sonic, formerly Phantom, Cato, my shell I'm not familiar with, but it's quality. The quality tokens are trending. Actually, let's expand that out. There's Story right at number 3. Dude, man, I sold my airdrops way too early. Quality. Solana trending for the wrong reasons. I love this. This is fantastic for us, guys. This flight to quality is so good. It's good. It's so good for us. We'll keep our eye on Pump Fund. Compromise over. They got their account back, by the way. Also, Zach XBT is joining Paradigm as an incident response advisor, supporting their portfolio of companies. Really cool. It makes a lot of sense. Look, Zach has not made a lot of money in this space. I don't know if people realize that. He hasn't. He just does this for fun. I know he's regretted some of his decisions because he could have made a lot of money and didn't. And now he is. I think. I would assume. So GG's to Zach. Good dude. Okay, on to NFTs. Yeah, Heidi's, that graph's nuts. Yeah. Hang on, let me go over some comments over on YouTube. Our FBI is Russian-led now. Maybe it is. Let's see here. MTV. They're confidently innocent or egregiously stupid. Talking about Kip Protocol. Yeah, dude, yes. And John agreed it's good. It's the meme coin reset's good. Pump Fund makes the space look bad. You know, it's like, yes, we make ourselves look bad. Pump Fund puts out a product, and it's product market fit that nailed it. So Pump Fund just puts out a product that they know we'll love, and we do love because we're a bunch of gamblers. And we make ourselves look bad. The fact that that's what we want to throw all our money into. Truthfully, because we're lazy. Because we don't want to, and I'm just saying this generally, right? But we don't want to build. We don't want to spend the time like researching, and we don't have patience. And so we go for the thing that's the instant gratification and hopefully a cheat code to money. It's a comment about us as a community more than it is about, Elon and the Pump Fund itself. But all of it's true. All right, NFT sales, 10.9 million in cross-chain sales yesterday, way down. Sellers are down, buyers are way down as well. Transactions up, average sale price down, trade profits inching into the right direction at least. Still in the negative, almost $500,000 in the negative, and today 218,000 in the negative to start the day. Actually, and we're on pace for a really low day of sales, 3.7 mil. That said, we got to get Abstract onboarded still on CryptoSlam. We got to get Barachain onboarded on CryptoSlam. I think at this point we need to get Hyperliquid onboarded as well. All things in the works. Top collections, D-Market on top, followed by Courtyard. OMB still cooking. Paradise, Guild of Guardian Heroes, Scam Collection. I think, you know what, I'm going to double check this. I keep forgetting about LED NFT. Base Apes, Guild of Guardian Avatars. We're going to bump a couple of these into the top 10. Puppets, Mad Lads, Quantum Cat. Put them up there. Yeah, I still think, yeah, these are bullshit, right? $98,000. I think we've looked at these before, but humor me for a second here. I want to peek at these. I'm pretty sure those are, it's straight money laundering. I think it's that USDT collection. No. I do not want OS2. No, god damn it. I like OS2, by the way, but I actually kind of prefer the original. No, did I fuck myself here? I might have just screwed myself. Okay, let me try again. So, if you're new or watching, there's these collections that pop up on Polygon. All right, maybe I'm not going to find it. Fuck, all right, I'll do 2. These collections pop up on Polygon, and they're just pure money laundering. Hold X number of NFTs, and you earn USDT. Whatever, it's a bullshit collection. We can move on from that. It's a bullshit collection. Top sales. Check this out. We got an OMB on top. I can tell you right now, that's not a sale. That's actually a loan. So this is probably dropped in. There's a Bitcoin platform called Liquidium, and you just take out a loan against your NFT. And 0.7 Bitcoin, $62,000. I don't think the Paradise thing's legit. EarthNode, I do think are legit. I don't know. Tons of Quantum Cat sales. Those are not loans. Those are sales. Actually, that's a lot of sales, man. Let's look over at Quantum Cats. That's a lot of sales. Look, they're gearing up for something, and I don't know what exactly. But they're talking about like these like they're doing all this like RIP Quantum Cats. You know what I mean? Like I don't get exactly what's happening, but like something's coming in the Quantum Cats ecosystem. Okay, you know what? I think actually a lot of those Quantum Cat moves, I think those are actually loans as well. Right? I think it's a whole bunch of stuff getting dropped in Liquidium. I think it's a bunch of loans on cats. Well, that's what I think that is. It's a lot. And we didn't see that many sales. So, yeah, I think these are loans. I am terrible. But a real question, and I'm going to ask you guys to engage in the chat with this. How are you at reading Explorers? Are you good? Are you proficient at reading blockchain explorers? Or let's do this. One, if you're proficient, you can read it and you make sense in what's going where and blah, blah, blah. You can read it, right? 2, if you're average, as in and that's maybe where I put myself kind of, probably on the lower end. 2, if you can look at a blockchain explorer, you can kind of figure stuff out, but it's going to take you some time, right? It's going to take you longer than longer than you'd like. And I mean, maybe it takes you 20, 30 minutes even to figure it out. But if you look at it long enough, you can trace stuff eventually and piece it all together. So that's 2. 3 if you don't even attempt it because it's insane and it's just too much. And you just don't know. So 1 if you're awesome at it. 2 if you're like me, you can get the job done. 3 if you just can't do it. Lord 2, John Doe 2. I'm easily 2, and I put myself like mid 2. Like I'm not good at it, and eventually I can put an hour into it and eventually figure it out. Cribs 2, Mesh 3, Christian 2. Okay, it's a good enough sample size there. I got to tell you, man. Chris 1, and it still takes too long. I'm going to tell you that, and I'm going to show you a way outdated version of this, and I'm literally going to shill the thing I'm most excited about. And I mean this. When we showed off Slam AI a year and a half ago, I got so fucking excited because this fixes that issue for me that we've been building for a year and a half. At this point, it was an LLM, but a way to search any transaction and understand to any degree you want ChatGPT for blockchain is a lifesaver for me. As somebody who writes about crypto and NFTs, I write about it. Every week I do my newsletter. And I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get insights into this stuff because I don't have to go and look and connect the dots and understand and translate and whatever. I can just type it in and it gives me an answer and I can say, wait. So, but with V1 Punks, what's the last time one of them sold for 100 ETH? And like, what was the trade? Why was it so valuable? And then connecting it back and be like, well, what's the average price of that? Like, right? I mean, you just follow where that leads. But to explorers, to that point, I can't read them. I can figure stuff out, but man, I can't do it. And a year and a half ago, we dropped this, and this got me so excited because now I don't have to. And that's not being lazy, but this saves me an hour every time I want to look at an Explorer, which I avoid Explorers. I don't even look at them, basically. I do it if I need to. I'll find a contract address, whatever, but I don't have to anymore. Prince, thank you. Thank you, man. This specifically is why I'm so fucking excited. More than, look, I love the agents we're building, but this is, for me, the holy grail. And just picture if this is what it did a year and a half ago, there's now a year and a half of additional work into it. That is what, look, that's going to be the daddy of this thing. This is going to be a blockchain 2 for data, and it's going to be an agent launchpad, and it's going to be all kinds of awesome shit here, guys. But that's the thing I'm the most excited about. It's an evolution of CryptoSlam. I cannot wait. And again, we'll do a better session where I break it all down. What is what, who's using this for what reason. But like the light version of it is we will all use that LLM. That search is generative AI. For other agents that want to use that feature, they're going to talk to the swarm. Virtuals is building this right now, by the way. Virtuals is building a swarm environment where you all, like everybody, plugs their agents in and they talk to each other. And okay, do you remember that silly clip of Frank DeGod saying, hey, AGI is here, it's happening on Solana? You guys remember that? Like, it's crazy. He's not wrong about the part of all these agents are going to be talking to each other. That is happening. That's exactly what Virtuals is building. They tweeted it like a week ago. Behind the scenes, they've been talking about it. This dude's going to plug in there. And then AIXBT can actually talk to the swarm and actually verify these awful takes he has sometimes. He is great, by the way. But his data is not always great. Now he can ask the swarm for data. All these agents that want to get blockchain data, they ask the swarm. So that's how agents out there are going to interface with all this data. We can go on, whatever it ends up being, whatever site, chat.cryptoslam.io, or right on the website. We can go there and chat and go dive into anything we want. But agents will go via a token, engage with the swarm, and that's where they'll get their info. I'm so excited about this, man. Thank you for the Pangu. It's game changing, and I think it's the best thing we've released since CryptoSlam. So anyway, I get excited about that because I love it and I believe in it. I think it changes everything. Okay, moving on. And actually, we'll have Jay Squiggle coming up in 15 minutes. Let me get him a link just so he's ready. Okay, but that OMB loan we saw, I don't know if you could see it. It was a really small image, but it happened to be a red eye. And guys, the red eyes are incredibly rare. Incredibly rare. I think there was only one of them out. I think there was only one red eye. And this was Man, this was a stealth thing, right? Nobody knew that there was going to be some red eyes in this black eyes mint. Nobody knew. It turns out I think there were two of them. So this dude, Igor, he actually minted and wasn't expecting it, but it pops up. Guys, sometimes when you mint on Bitcoin, it pops up a preview in your wallet, and it pops up and he sees the red eyes. Holy shit. Dude, that's a payday. Dude, that's a huge red eye sell for like 2 Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that. This dude minted for 0.02, and he's got like a 2 Bitcoin payday out of this thing. That, I mean, I haven't felt that kind of excitement in a minute. I'm happy this guy got to feel it. There's 100 of these red eyes in total. I don't know if and when the rest come out. I think they're out, but I don't remember how they minted. Like, I don't even know if they're like circulating. I could be wrong. I don't have like the exact story there, but there's 100 total. I know that. Giga Reds, never minted, never touched. Till yesterday, only one was in circulation. That one sold at Christie's, April of 24. So this dude, again, you know that feeling, right? And imagine sweating this one out, because when you buy on Bitcoin, you have this fear that your transaction will get sniped. Like, maybe it had mempool protection, but man, often on Bitcoin, you go to mint and somebody uses another platform and they snipe your mint. They just out fee you. They pay a higher fee and they steal your mint. And that dude could have lost like 150 grand. But he made it, dude. He made it. He got it. It's in his wallet. Like, so fucking happy for this guy. Love seeing people win, especially like that. I mean, just incredible. Thank you. Appreciate the Pangu. Thank you very much. So you mentioned last time it sold at Christie's, and here you see it. It was a lot of 4. There's the red eye there. That lot went for $441,000. Incredible. Now, I looked over on Magic Eden at previous red eye sales, and like the one that had a loan, that one did sell for 2.1 Bitcoin. So they're very valuable. They're very valuable. This guy, huge win, huge payday. GG's to him. Fucking awesome. Now, on Abstract, and I'm going to pull Magic Eden back up, I mentioned there's some NFTs cooking over there. We got to get in there. We have to. Must. That's on me. I need to get plugged in and start getting that alpha. But look at this, man. OCH Genesis Heroes 0.498 ETH segment. These were above 0.1. This was the free mint. This was them. Gigaverse were cooking too, man. Now, there's been a lot of winners over here. Why couldn't fucking Abstra Universe? Why couldn't that? That's the only thing I minted over here. Why couldn't that have been the one? It's not fair, man. It's not fair. But we are seeing cookers over here. We're in a lot of green over on the Abstract board. But yeah, there you go. There's the Segment Adventures. They're backed by Van Eck, by the way. So, I mean, to me, those were an obvious play. I wish I was on top. I wish I minted. Did any of you guys mint? Anybody here actually mint that? It's crazy. Man, thank you guys for the Pangu. Jeez, Lord, thank you, man. Yeah, who minted? And what was the process? How do you get those spots? I actually saw Easy tweet about it, and I didn't connect the dots. I definitely saw him tweet about a free mint. I just don't know how he got it, the spot. But Van Eck backed, which is incredible. We got to get plugged in here. Again, that's on me. Or if any of you guys are very dialed into the Abstract NFT ecosystem, hit me up. If we can work together and I can help get whitelists, and because you're helping me, find the projects, whatever, and, if I can get whitelists for the community and get you back one for, your insights, connections, whatever, I mean, like, I'll reward people that help out and contribute to the show. Oh, little update here. The update about tariffs supposed to go into effect. I think we saw March, right? It was March 4th. It's actually still April 2nd. Trump said he got confused with dates. It's April 2nd, which maybe is good for the market, because I think that means they're playing chicken still. You know what I mean? I think it's still like a bargaining chip. So it might be good for us. It might be. Now, over on Hyperliquid, I think that's another ecosystem we got to get in. Dude, Dad, I'm so bummed about Abstra. And Heidi's, dude, why? I'm with you. I only mint things destined for 0. It's like, yeah, I'm super selective. I'm waiting for the right one. I minted. It's a nothing burger. It's a bummer, man. We can change that. Guys, we can fix that. I know we can. It's just getting a little more plugged in, getting in the right info stream. That has to be this place. It's the whole point. Who do you guys know on Abstract, like account-wise? Who's like who do you guys know that is like dialed into the mint stuff? I gotta make that effort. I will. Okay, Hyperliquid. We must get plugged in over there. Must. We got the Hypeo collection minted on base, bridging to Hyperliquid. Saw another collection mint, and it cooked. It cooked. These Karu. They cooked. I think they got up to like 0.1 something. I think at their peak. And then Mesh, thank you, man. Exact same. Okay, Mesh, same, exact same. Don't know where to start. Dude, I was shilled the Hypeo things at mint, and they actually they were sitting at mint at public mint. They were open. Anybody could have minted. They were 0.05, maybe 0.07 ballpark, somewhere around there. And I was told to mint, and I didn't. And Hyperliquid, I've been told to get in there, and it's different. It's special. I know that now. I know it's special. But we got NFTs minting over here now. Hypeo's bridging over from base. Karu, I think minted there because I think there's now an official marketplace. Dev Rugged. What a dumbass, man. So, NFT collection, and then I think he launched a token, right? Like a fungible token. And then he rugged it for only 31 grand. Like 31 grand's not nothing, but also 31 grand. And then deleted his Twitter. So first official rug over on Hyperliquid. Stupid. Like so dumb. And it might not have been one dude. It's like the team rugged. So yeah, rugs are back. And man, it just makes me think. I know everybody's excited to get back to, NFTs. Because Memecoin's so scammy. Don't forget that stuff was all over NFTs too. That's coming back as well. When NFTs come back, and they are going to come back, the ruggy shit's coming too. Like for sure, 1,000%. The rugs will be back. All right, I got to move quick because Jay Squiggle will be on here soon. But there you go. There's that Van Eck back collection, the segment. They got to 0.135. Beautiful stuff. Luca giving us, man, I think the best update we could ask from him at this point. Oh, dude, Hypeo did get an airdrop. That's right, John. Yes, they're going to keep eating too. Luca said the Pudgy ecosystem's going to eat at TGE. He's talking about abstract TGE. XP booster, an additional perk that penguins get if they want to participate. 2-for-1 special. Yeah, dude, penguins are going to eat. That abstract token drop is about to see you guys with a serious payday. And it's good for us. That trickles down. Dude, I need to consider. I've got the Pengu Enjoyer role, but my Pengu's over on Solana. I think I got to bridge it over to Abstract to get that multiplier. I think. I need to look into that too. I want more XP. By the way, dude, I hit silver. That is thanks to you guys. I hit silver rewards tier, and I got my biggest XP boost since streaming on Abstract. That's because of you guys tuning in. So gotta say, like, major thank you to you guys. I'll show that. The rewards. There we go. It actually maxed out just because it does it like in context, but like maxed it out. Silver tier now. I think if I bring my Pengu over, maybe it bumps up my bonus here, but pretty fucking cool. Working towards gold. It'll be a grind, but gonna get there. I don't need to bridge. Huh. I gotta look because I don't have the Pengu. I don't have these rolls, but I have 250,000 Pengu, and I don't have these rolls. Unless they just don't count yet. Maybe that doesn't matter yet. Because I got the rolls in Discord. Yeah, interesting. I got to go and double check the wallet because I've got 250. Yeah, see, I have it, Dad. I'll just go and reconnect it, I guess. But yeah, missing out on a bit of a multiplier there. Okay, well, now that I know it works, Lord, then I'm gonna go and just reconnect the wallet. All right, let me get moving. That helps though. Thank you guys. Anyway, abstract TGE. It's gonna be great for the space. I know that. Also, Pudgy Penguins on the Brave browser. Little whatever, fun seeing those guys everywhere. But yeah, Brave browser featuring Pudgy Penguins, good stuff. Yuga Labs, we'll say Bored Apes, announced something called Dashbo. TLDR, it's a dashboard for your Yuga assets. It's Bored Apes right now. It's going to be Mutants soon. And I think it just lets you make memes with them, right? Like Photoshop light, you know what I mean? Like very light, but just a way to like make some like derivative stuff with your apes. Memes, videos. It's pretty cool. I like it. There's a little look at it. I don't think we can access and do anything yet because I don't have one, but anything Yuga does, I just like to see them pushing, building, whatever. I dig it. What else? Memecoin. They just news rolling in, like lots of stuff going over there. The Parrot Analytics partnership, the new show that they're airing on cable TV in Canada, right? Top anime stuff. Like they're doing stuff. They really are. Here's Memecoin partnering with domain infrastructure leader D3 Global, applying for, I don't know if this is to obtain or if they already did obtain, but the .anime domain, which is actually pretty cool. So basically, as an Azuki holder, I think you're going to be able to register a website that's like whatever. Let me get an example here. We'll do like dead.anime for a website. You know what I mean? Or lore or prince.anime, right? Like really cool. Also an email address though, right? Which is really cool. hello@johndoe.anime email address, wallet address, right? It's pretty cool. It's like the ENS domain stuff, but like kind of next level. Thank you for the Pangu. Appreciate that. It's cool. It's a good move. Anime's they're building. They are. Now, Doodles is like one of the next things coming up, and I do feel like they missed their window, but I think the window opens back up too. So, I mean, no worries. But yeah, dude, we're still waiting on that. While all these other tokens really still just kind of bleeding out. Clemente thinking about a 300 mil market cap for Dude maybe makes sense. But we'll see. That's got to be coming imminently and maybe waiting to time this market. So we'll see with that. In the AI front, this is a big news, big update yesterday. No crypto involved with this one, but Alexa now has an AI upgrade. Finally, man. Finally. This thing's so behind, like the worst. I hate using Alexa. But now Alexa Plus. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Hate her. Nice new upgrade. Finally in line with, Siri and Grok and ChatGPT, all that stuff. Finally. And but it's actually using Claude, which is awesome. Claude is an excellent LLM. Excellent. So actually it's getting a lot smarter, which is cool. I showed on the afternoon show yesterday, by the way, Claude playing Pokemon, which is wild. So Claude is actually live streaming Pokemon. It's like 24/7. You can actually watch it playing the game, which is really, really cool. All right, we got Jay Squiggle here. Love this fucker. Let's get him up here. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
Sorry about that. Should be good there.
Good now.
I just blitzed you, didn't it?
Yeah, thank goodness I don't have the earphones on like you do. I didn't get my eardrums blown out.
Yep. Yeah. Apologies for that. Let me see. I just want to see if I had any other quick last minute topics. New Solana proposal. It's going to change like emissions of their token. I think TLDR there, it's like when it's slower, I think more tokens are emitted, and that's to encourage people to buy them and stake them. And then when it's busier, less tokens pushes price up. I think that's it. And maybe I have it totally backwards, but that's a big vote coming in like, I think at this point, like 8 days, 9 days. So big, it's a pretty big change to Solana. Avalanche card, debit card, credit card kind of thing, which is cool. And then I think this is the last thing, but Wolfstow has some kind of token coming on Avalanche, and anybody it looks like can try to get into this. And this is not maybe the pre-sale yet. It's an airdrop. I think you can apply to get a little bit of a stimmy. I think it's just apply and make a case of why you'd be like good for their community and get a woof drop. So I'm going to apply for sure. When I tried this morning, site's kind of broken because I'm sure a lot of activity, but I'll drop this in the chat. It's definitely worth applying, guys. I'll save these for tomorrow, but some new platforms that are on my radar that I think are really interesting. Ethos, it's like a social credit system. It's review people. Tari, I have no idea, but there's all these new chains coming that I just have no idea about. And then wall chain with these quacks. It's like a new Kato kind of thing with their yaps like that. Very interesting stuff. So we'll get into those probably tomorrow. But there we go. All right, dropping a link for the Wolvesdale thing. And Jay Squiggle, what's up, man? How's it going? What's happening? What's good in your world?
So this is gonna be a little bit more not morbid, but like just I see all this red and I feel good about the market. Like, is that like I know it's so counterintuitive because I'm watching like all of this like fear on the timeline, and it's got me. I'm concerned for people, right? Like, obviously, with what happened live on the spaces last week and some other stuff. But at least from an art perspective, I was like, man, I feel comfy in my bags, and like to see the fear and greed dip. I think it was on Bitcoin, a headline reading, like dip into the teens or it hit 10. Like coin market cap was at 20 even. Like I see that and I'm like, oh, this is empirical data that it can't get much worse. And I don't know about you, but like that makes me like really excited for what's to come.
I'm with you. Like I also feel like twisted or something. It just feels fucked up to be like happy when things are rough. But it's like, you know what it is? It feels like it's like I know something you don't. You know what I mean? It's just this weird like thing. It maybe it's I don't know. I don't know if it's the right way to feel, but I do. I'm just like I know what's happening. Like it's not.
I'm not happy because I wish my bags were mooning, right? But it does give me comfort knowing that like I think we're on the precipice of like an amazing move, and that's like what I can sleep at night because like you and I talk about it. I don't think I'm not a trader, full disclosure. Like I had some people who were like, oh, it's gonna go down to this, or I'm shorting Bitcoin, and I'm like, I'm not that smart. My bags are in spot, zero leverage because I don't want to sweat it, and it's pointed up and to the right. Right, I know we get there. I didn't think it would go down this bad, but like I'm also looking at it, just being like, man, it's not bad, right? I don't know, at least for me, like that's kind of where
like
I get
it's part of the process.
Yeah, it feels like it's.
Well, I'll show this because it's like it's nothing new. It's nothing new. We see it every cycle. If you've been here for cycles, like I get if you're freaked out, if you haven't been here for at least a whole cycle, I get that. But otherwise, every cycle looks and feels the same way. And we always get the pullbacks and we always, for whatever reason, keep going up and to the right. This is like, always. It always happens.
Yeah, I think that graphic that you have on screen, by the way, for your viewers who weren't there, like I don't listen to every single one of your shows, but the weekend show that you had and I posted about, I wanted to take a moment and just say thank you for being so vulnerable, open, and like honest with your listenership. For those out there listening, like Hudah's incredible. I don't know, man. Like how you do not have like 300,000 followers, I do not know. So anybody out there, like repost, give this guy some support because I don't know, man. Like I was very moved by it. I know you weren't trying to be like inspirational, but I loved your transparency. I loved your candidness. And that at the very least, it's not just about you. It's like you were sharing like kind of life's lessons. You and I are both a little bit older. I don't know what your average age demographic is, but like imparting some of that wisdom was like, it was really cool to me. And I don't know. I was like really grateful to be on this journey with you. It was really meaningful, man. And I'm not just saying that because I like you. Like if I was just listening to that randomly, I was like, man, man, this fucking guy, like, he gets it.
Oh, that's cool. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the kind words. What was I talking about? Do you remember, like, when you were on?
I mean, like, everything. Partially, you were engaging with the chat, and you had talked about some of your use early, and then you were encouraging some of the younger listeners to, like, basically experience life, not get too overburdened with things, but also, like, really, and like, this is something that I've, like, learned later in age, is like, enjoy the process. So, like, obviously it's a little bit of confirmation bias, like, I hear a little bit of myself in, like, what you're saying, but I think it's also applicable, right? Like, you almost, like, gave people permission to make mistakes if they learn from it, right? And I
Right.
think that that's a very astute thing to say. But even, like, the fact that, like, because it was like your brother came on a little bit later, and then just to, like, listen to you two vibe. But more than that, it was like you talked about your journey. I think it started, like, in high school, some of the stuff that you had done, like, even, like, it was the other part that, like, when you talked about, like, the, like, losing your home, like, during the great financial crisis, and then the lessons I learned from it, like, it showed a, you didn't say this, but to me, it showed a level of resilience that I think more people need to exercise, right? Like, resilience is a muscle to me, right? Like, failure is inevitable, right? Like, whether you're approaching somebody for companionship or an investment, like, in any extreme in between, like, failure is inevitable. Like, if you go through life thinking that you're gonna, like, be 100% like, a hit rate, like, I always put it
Right.
into, like, baseball terms, right? Like, if you hit 300, which means you hit 3 out of 10, I mean, like, by all measures, that's a failure. 3 out of 10. You're considered an all-star, right?
Right.
So to me, it's, when there was like, oh, it's about the at-bats, I think you have to, like, add the context to that. And I think for me, what I took from your Saturday stuff, and I apologize for getting, like, too far off art
No, this is
and
cool.
theoretical, but it, like, I took from is, like, the encouragement of, like, hey, lean into it, turn everything into a learning experience, and enjoy the process. But more than that, like, I think you did a really great job too of indicating, like, we're also here. We're here and we're lucky. We're like, how many people don't know about this space, who don't have the opportunity because they haven't put in the work to at least have a seat at the table. Anybody listening here has a seat at the table. And as a result of that, like, there's an opportunity to, like, transform your life, whatever that means to you. Right. And I think that that's exciting.
Yeah, dude. That again, I appreciate you, and yeah, I didn't realize you were tuned in during that part. I didn't know, and that was a cool part for me because some of the
I
stuff
was
I talked
lurking,
about.
bro. I
That's
was lurking, and all of a sudden you said something. I was like, "Fucking gotta say something, man!" Like,
no, that's awesome because some of the stuff I talked about, like, I haven't talked about publicly, and it's always one of those things I wonder, like, I want to because I know other people relate to it, and it's just not talked about a ton. And that was like a personal favorite moment from, like, all the streams, was just getting to talk about that stuff.
and it's
Yeah,
funny
it's
because,
really,
like,
really,
I don't, like, tune in to everything you do, but, like, for some reason that Saturday, like, I listen mainly through X, and so, like, it wasn't at the top of my, like, hey, recommended listenings. I, like, something in my mind was like, dude, Hudah's probably streaming right now. Let me look. I literally searched your name
nice.
in X. It's crazy as shit. And, like, pulled up the stream that way. Like, it wasn't in my notifications, even though I have notifications on. Like, it was, like, this most bizarre thing. Like, I was like, anyways, it was really cool. And I just sat there. I was, like, cooking breakfast for my boys. Then we were, like, playing Legos, and I was just, like, listening the whole time. I was like, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's awesome. It was a fun stream. Especially, we had chatted, but the weekend ones are just like, they're all great. I love them all, but the weekend ones are just like, they're like, dude, they just feel even more personal. And I just like, it's just, we just kind of do whatever happens. It's, they're a lot of fun. So yeah, guys, if you don't know, I do stream on the weekends too over on my personal channel, but yeah, we do this every day.
Yeah, I, like, bro, like, to the point where I'm like, man, I'm, like, literally putting reminders in my calendar every Saturday, like, wake up, find Hudah. Like, I'm serious.
Nice.
It was, and I tweeted about it, but I was like, dude, it was really, it was it was one of the most real spaces I've been on, right? Like, there was no ulterior motives. You're just being, like, authentic. It was really fun to be a part of.
Yeah, well, dude, again, appreciate you a ton. Okay, we have 15-ish, 18 minutes.
Cool.
What do we got going on in art, or what do you want to talk about? So you take us wherever you want us to go.
I think the thing that's like most, so I mean, there's like the masquerade that everybody's talking about,
Oh yeah.
but the thing that like has my attention right now is like the AI play. And I think that a lot of what I like to do is like zig while others are zagging, or what, vice versa. So to me, there's a lot of, so for those who are not familiar, last week, Botto, who's a autonomous artist, basically for the last like I think 9+ months, have been doing. Oh yeah, then I want to get to the Christie's auction. You beat me to it. It taught itself P5JS. So and for those who are not familiar with P5JS is, it's basically the standard code for generative art. It taught itself how to code, and it released. Let me look it up because I can never remember the name of this damn thing. Geometric fluidity. Full disclosure, yeah, it's the one right there on the left. Full disclosure, I own 2 of them. I think there's pre-sales and there's like allow list and then public for 0.1. I bought it for the simple fact that like I want to be a part of whatever journey this is, and I'm not smart enough to tell you what it is. If you ask me, are you enamored with art? I think it's cool. I don't think it's like exceptional by any stretch, right? But this is the first long form generative art collection released by AI, at least to my knowledge. I'm sure there's like probably something somewhere on somebody's computer. But more than that, like it has my attention because I truly think that to some degree with AI, like art's going to be commoditized, and it's the stuff that has a personal touch or a story or a narrative. I mean, it's the emotions behind AI that you can't necessarily capture. So this is something that's like really intriguing to me. For example, like I made this analogy on my show on Friday. I want to be clear. For anybody who's familiar with an autoglyph, they're about 100 ETH a piece. It's the first on-chain generative art done by Larva Labs. Larva Labs is people who created CryptoPunks, right? They look like a QR code. There's no way around it, right? Like they're artistic QR codes. And I got to imagine if I was like, I know people who minted 50 of these things, right? Like
Of these?
oh, not these, like even better, like autoglyphs,
Damn.
right? Like so it's like I gotta imagine when you're looking at it, you really think, again, no context, no hindsight 2020, no rose-colored glasses, and you're kind of going like, what's exceptional about this? It looks like a QR code. So now, is this Botto P5JS geometric fluidity, is that going to be the next thing? I don't know. But I'm intrigued that something that is like very pedestrian, we'll call it, in general aesthetics, like how that translates to stuff long term. And then like literally like 2 days later, Kiki, or how I always say that because it's like reminds me of the Drake song. They came out like, and this is like the first fully autonomous artists released their long form collection, and that was called Exit Vectors. And that one was intriguing to me because like you had like somebody picked one up on secondary for 10 ETH. Like for context, the floor I think was roughly about 1 ETH at the time. It's kind of fallen off to like 0.5. And then full disclosure, I own 0 of these. It did not particularly resonate with me. And I kept thinking to myself, you have these like competing narratives around AI, and it's just something that I'm like really intrigued with. Like, is again, I'm not smart enough to tell you, but like, what becomes the future narratives? What is important for future AI collecting? It's that level of like, we're in this like fuck around and find out period that like I'm really interested by, because like, again, like for context, like a Chromie Squiggle minted for $30, the equivalent of $30 in ETH, right? Nobody thought like, oh, this is going to have a floor of $20,000. Like, it wasn't a financial instrument. It was Eric, known as Snowfro, like trying out something, right? Why was there 10,000? Because he was a big CryptoPunk holder. He wanted to make 10,000 of them. He wanted them to be accessible to people. Obviously, $20,000 is not accessible to most people. Or well, the floor is down to like 12,000, right? Like with ETH suffering and shit. But like, still $12,000. It's not like, I don't know about you, but I don't have like a spare $12,000 just like laying under my mattress to go buy like internet squiggly rainbows, right? So point being is like, I think that there's something intriguing with like narratives and paradigms that form after the fact. And I'm curious to see where the attention goes with a lot of this AI stuff. And the final point on this is you had the auction up, the Christie's auction. I think they curated like an amazing set of AI artists. Again, this was AI. There's the petition. I don't know if it was like a publicity stunt or for real, like people were against AI and the IP stealing. But, you know, for all argumentative sake, like, you know, a lot of collectors that I'm close with who are big into collecting AI, I mean, I'm talking like insane AI collections, are very complimentary to this exhibit. And I think that that's really intriguing to me because I think it will still be mostly native crypto buyers for a lot of this stuff. But I think Christie's is doing a good job at trying to introduce others into the space. And again, whether or not they go, who knows? But it's the names you know, like there's a Botto, there's a Rafik, there's Pindar. I think Clara Silver has something there. There's the names you know, but then there's these other names that are pioneers. And I think that is what was really interesting to me about this is like Christie's, like they did the work. They had somebody curate that. Like that's when that one that you were just on was like by Robbie Barat, which is the one that I'm most intrigued by. Please, anybody out there, don't bid against me. But like, so there's a really interesting like, and for those who aren't familiar, if you are a regular listener, Robbie Barat's the one behind Lost Robbies, which is the burnt chicken leg or turkey leg reference that we always make. And I think that there's something like really intriguing with like this curation set, and I'm most curious to see like where these end up, who's going to post about it. But there's already some, I mean, there's like probably 5 or 6 days left until 6 days until closing, and you're already seeing like Rafik Anadol's piece has $150,000
Oh,
bid on it,
wow.
right? Like, I mean, yeah, like one bid current Rafik's 150 grand, right?
Yep. Wow.
Like Pindar's, I don't know if it has a bid yet, but yeah, the starting bid's 150 grand, right? I don't know, like there's just something like really, and then like even Rope is in here with $700 bid, but like I hope it goes up. Like Rope is an amazing individual, but you have a nice aunties piece, right? Like that's, I don't know, like it seems to be a very well broad swath of it. And again, so what does this mean? It's just another data point to me that like there's a really interesting intrigue to AI and how it applies to AR. Quick, take a time out. One of my favorite people in the space and one of my favorite artists is Clown Vamp. He has this like pink one on the right. This is a really cool project. It kind of looks a little bit like goofy, but the story behind it is really, really awesome. So it's called The Junk Machine. And he literally fed in like his what he fed into it was like data from 1980s like advertising and then put different themes around it. So like this one was released in Marfa. And so you'll see like these like this is like your quintessential 80s, like it's pink. You have this like blonde, like I don't know, like who's the chick who did like the Thigh Master thing? Suzanne, whatever her name. Anyways.
Summers, I think.
Yeah, Suzanne Summers or whatever. Like with an oddly placed gun and so like it's just, and this is an amazing thing. And what he does really cool is like he's touring it all year, and he actually has a pink machine. And I have it.
Dude, that's him. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and you can literally print the button, and it will go into the algo, and it'll randomly generate it and print it out. And so I was sitting here like in Marfa, just like hitting print on the the junk machine. Now they aren't an NFT when you physically print it, but it's just a fun takeaway for me, and I think it's something that's like really intriguing to me. Clown Vamp did some like really, really, and I think he's taken like different. So this was like Texas themed, and then there's a couple other that like jumped over. He did like a release on Tezos with somebody. So it's like the same baseline algo with like the 80s style advertising. And I'm not doing it justice, but like this, yeah. So you hit the button and it spits out an output, and it's really dope. Like it's fun. Like there's a whole in Barfa, there was a whole table full of these things. And like, so I just went through and like handpicked some that like really resonated with me. And I forget, like, I have like this chick with like a gun. Like it's just, like it's like so like brutalist Americana that like it became like attractive. So this one's really intriguing to me. I think um, this one in particular has a really big opportunity to excel, in my opinion. So really excited for this, honestly.
There's the
I don't
Kiki
know.
piece, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of them from like this bigger release. Botto has something in there. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, there's the Botto piece, right?
Yep. There we go. Yeah.
So, but more than the names we know, like there's a lot of like AI pioneers, and I was talking to somebody who's a big collector, has like, yeah, Kevin Abosh is awesome, right? So I don't know. Again, the bigger point to me is like this is getting awareness, and it's getting to the point where it's starting to catch. It's not AI artists defending this as like AI is an art, AI is a tool. Like it's now kind of like, it's accepted. I mean, I just had a call yesterday about showing in northern Italy for in shows in for AI art and post photography and stuff. It's just these things that like I never thought would be happening are happening. And so what am I saying with this is like it's just something I'm paying attention to. And the zig while people zag is like Kiki's all the rage. Botto had that 100 ETH sale for a Genesis piece a little while ago. And I'm not saying they aren't important. I'd love to have a Botto Genesis piece. I just don't have, just like I don't have a spare 12 grand sitting around, I don't have a spare 100 ETH, like throw around willy nilly. I would challenge if you are intrigued with it. I think that there's some interesting investment opportunities or collecting opportunities right now. And I was discussing with a few people like what I mean, I have like I call it my fun bag, right? Like I have my long-term holds, but then I have this like trading bag that like I'm so like itchy. I just if I don't have a trading bag, then I like tap into my long-term bag, right? But I'm looking at my trading bag, being like, do I think that there's stuff? Full disclosure, I have a lot of Solana in there. I have a target for Solana, and I'm like, hey, is there stuff in there that could outpace? I think Solana will outpace ETH. Not trying to start a fight. Don't at me or anything. It's just my personal like reading of the tea leaves, right? And I'm not a maxi. It's just I'm a profit maxi, and that's kind of says like I'm going right now. But I'm looking at it going like, man, is there Ethereum based art that could outpace Solana's gains? And my gut goes to yes. So I'm really thinking about like rotating some of that stuff. But yeah, I really like I know we're limited on time, but I encourage people to go and just kind of like play around and start to look at some of this art if you have any intrigue, and just understand why it's important or why that particular artist. I'm using this as like artist discovery. There's people on there that I hadn't seen or engaged with yet, and I'm kind of like digging deeper into it, right? Like full disclosure, like why is this individual on this auction and in Jedi Wolf's AI collection and in Delron's collection and in this person's collection? And you start like why is it that like they've transcended these collections, right? Like, and I think again, I'm not saying go out and spend thousands of dollars on a piece of art from Christie's for no reason, but it's a data point for me of like why some of this stuff matters, and it's intriguing to say the least.
Dude, you know what's cool about this is like in the same way it's great for the AI artist to have this this gallery you're showing at Christie's to bring more eyes on it. So I'm looking down the list, and it's a whole bunch of artists' names that I knew, right, from collecting here, just being aware. But like when you mentioned there's these early, AI art pioneers that are part of this auction too. Like I learn about it this way too. The opposite side, the people who were not the kind of crypto natives. So it's like both sides just kind of come together.
And
With
for
something
those
like
who
this.
are like Jedi Wolf, if you have not followed him, please, please, please follow Jedi Wolf. He did an amazing AI write up about like timelines, and it kind of like quantifies. Yeah, it's right there.
This one.
Yeah. Like even if you just click into that graphic, it talks about like the actual timeline, verifiable on the blockchain, not like, oh, I got to AI first. This is verifiable, right? Like, why is Robbie Barat so important? Because the very first piece of AI art on the blockchain, right there, nude portrait number 1. You start scrolling down. Why is it lost Robbie? Guess what? That was April. 3 months later in July, you get the lost Robbies, right? And it's not to say, why is Pindar Van Armen like pioneering like GAN art? Because a month after Robbie, he was on the blockchain. Like you start to recognize some of these individuals. If you scroll down, you'll see. I think it's the May one. Pindar's right there. So it's like
wow.
you just right, like so you just start to like. This was like a really cool graphic to me when you start to like understand the chronology, like. This is 2020, right? Like here we are in 2025, like arguing about like AI and who's the first this and that. Like there's been individuals out there, or 2018, Jesus, I'm 2 years even before that, right? So it's just a really fun, there's a fun like discovery process that I've been really leaning into for it. Again, am I saying go out and buy AI art and all of them are going to make it because it's AI? Probably not. Well, I'm definitely not saying that, and everything's not going to make it. But the reality is, like, I think undeniably it is an art form that is catching that's catching people's attention, and I think we have this rare moment where we're actually able to collect stuff that could be meaningful. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, I'm an amazing proponent of a line draw by, that was released on Fellowship. Yes, it's retroactive minting, but it's something special.
Yeah, I kind of want to pull that one up. What was I going to say about it was this specifically AI here? God, I hope it comes to me. I had either a question or a point or fuck. I think I lost it. This is cool, by the way. I don't think I had clicked into this before. To be totally honest, I don't think I had looked at this. I didn't know that there was a nude portrait number 1. You know what I mean? I thought the Lost Robbies was, the first. I didn't realize there was this.
Well, it's number 7, right?
I always wondered why. Like I didn't quite because it's number 7, and then there's also multiple editions of it, right? Yeah. I just thought it was just some weird, part of the art was like the naming convention. I never realized. I didn't know there was a number 1.
But and there's nothing wrong with that. Like to me, this is part of like the discovery, right? And I think that's where I get excited is like somebody like Jedi's done not all of, but a substantial lift for helping onboard it, and it's like a great resource to accelerate the learning curve. I don't know. I really am fascinated with this. I think it's something interesting. And again, I'm not saying go rotate all of your bags into AI art, but I am saying like there's something interesting here, and there's something that has my attention. And when it has my attention, I have a tendency to want to learn more, and so I'm trying to learn.
I remember what it was. Dude, okay, so I started a new afternoon show that's just AI focused. And it's quick. It's 30 minutes, and it's like, like the morning show I do, which hour and a half. It's everything happening in AI condensed down to 30 minutes, which is cool. It's the market, it's bullet points. But dude, it hit me last week. I got so fucking excited because I was looking like, what's the hot topic today? What's going on? I'm doing my research, and I'm like on cookie.fun looking at, hot agents. And I saw Kiki, right? And then I start connecting the dots. I'm like, all right, there's the auction go. I'm like, oh my God, I have an AI show, and I actually I get to talk about art on this thing too. Like it just clicked. I'm like, oh, I should have been doing that already. But I got so excited that I actually can talk about art on that show, and probably very often. And whereas AI can feel kind of cold and kind of whatever, it just can. That changed my whole outlook on that show. Just knowing I could even have a little dedicated art segment there, just for the AI art. So I was like, it was like last Friday. I was so fucking pumped to like be able to do that.
Dude, and that's what to me is like AI to me is integrating into every aspect of our life. I still love gen art. This could be my first love. I think it's niche within the art community. Something like AI is going to have because that to say AI art is like to say like I don't know like art honestly like there's mid journey there's the video there's the kiki there's the botto that like it's such a like a why like these agents are being able to be crafted and tuned for specific stuff or broad generalists. And the craziest thing is like its knowledge acceleration is so far greater than any human capacity. Like I laugh, I won't say who, but like a prominent gen artist was like, "Oh, this is like second semester to Tabata. This is like second semester P5JS," and I was like, "Yeah, it is." But guess what? They didn't know how to do it like months ago, right? Like they aren't in the second semester, and they created 22 or 23 algorithms like in that period. You know, it's like, yes, but and I think that that's kind of where I'm excited by is like I think this unfolds in a very interesting way. I also think that, somebody pointed out, I forget who it was, like AI can't capture emotion. And I think that that's going to be the real differentiator between like I look at William Mapon's work, and this guy's like, he's amazing. He's brilliant. Like I just don't see an AI creating art the way he does. Or at least not for some time. And that's what makes it amazing, right?
I'm trying so fucking hard to get a dragon, and oh man, and when I see him sell, that it's the list is short. No, actually, the list is like infinite as far as what I need to collect, especially in art. But like short list, it's literally a dragon and a squiggle, and that's it. That's fucking it. If I that and I'll be at least content, and I'm never gonna be content without. So.
I like to hear the dragons one because with my fund, I went heavy in dragons for a number of reasons. Like I collected like super rare ones. I have like the raw trait, which is like there's only 6 of them, and I've gone like negotiating an esquisse right now. Like I'm going deep into a lot of this stuff. Like I just think that there's something brilliant about that project. Oh, I know we're short on time. You gotta go, but maybe this is for next time. I feel like Tezos art is on the verge of getting more attention, or I don't want to say resurgence. I don't want to go out that far on the limb, but I do feel like there's a lot more chatter about Tezos art. And Rob RD to the Moon just joined the Object team.
Oh no shit. That's
yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And then Patrick Amadon's been posting about it.
Okay.
So I think I want to do a long form tweet about all the stuff that's on Tezos
awesome.
that's being missed because dude, there's an X copy Tezos piece that like it's like one of 3 or one of like some small edition nobody's ever heard of because it's on Tezos, and the first one I think ever just got listed and it's like 300 grand. So who knows like what it
got listed? It's for sale right now.
Yeah, it was like the equivalent of like 300 grand.
Yep.
So like
wow.
But there's that like people don't realize that a lot of like dies with the most likes one-of-one stuff was early Tezos. And again, you don't hear people like I'm more excited when people don't post about it and they're stacking their bags because that means that they're going to post about it. They're just filling their bags up first, right? Like VVD was buying a bunch of like dies with the most likes 101 Tezos work. Botto has like a edition that's secretly on Tezos. Like there's just all of these like little hidden gems that like I look forward to people discovering.
I got to figure out what that Botto one is. Maybe a Tezos focused episode would be amazing. My favorite artist is leaving Tezos, which is a bummer. Haterokit.
I thought it was Zancan. I was like, what?
Oh no, yeah, no. Haterokit's like my just feels good favorite stuff. It's that kind of cool 80s, 90s collage stuff. I just love it. But yeah, he's not mint in there anymore. He felt like left out, never part of any like gallery showings, whatever. Whatever. All right, we do got a boogie. Guys, follow Jared on X. It's Jared_POZ. And of course his incredible art platform. It's called 8nap Art. Incredible drops. I know he's got a bunch more coming up soon, but right now still in the thick of his Red Rum drop, Metamorphosis. You got some auctions right now, or like a piece?
Yeah, it's gone into individual auctions. We did mint to a private wallet for replacement. So we have a wallet with some private pieces. If you're interested, reach out to me. It's kind of cool. So that way you can blind mint, but now you can like select your piece if you have an interest. And then the auctions are just about fair value. So really excited to see where this goes.
Love it. Follow them again, 8nap_art on X. Of course, for us here at Crypto Slam, SlamX official over on YouTube, Crypto Slam IO over on X. So many. Slam AI_XYZ to keep up with that AI ecosystem. The AI agent launchpad and the Slam AI products are going to be wild. I can't wait for you to see. But follow the Swarm_AI, our flagship AI agent. He's going to be killer. Oh man, I can't wait for you guys to hear more about that. Have a great day. I will see you on the Swarm Report at 2 p.m. Eastern time right here, guys. We will see ya. Peace.